Hello, everybody. We're here at PHP Tech 2009. We just finished up a workshop with these two people, so would you care to introduce yourselves?
Ladies first.
Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm Lorna Mitchell. I'm a software engineer with iBuildings in the UK.
I'm Matthew Weier. I'm project lead for Zen Framework.
Okay, so what was your session about today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Our session was entitled
Practical SVN for PHP developers.
Excellent. So could you give us a real quick snapshot of some of the things you went over?
Yeah, so we talked a bit about why you want to use source control and Subversion. We talked about setting it up. We talked about working with it. We looked at particularly at conflicts and at merging, because they're two things that really normally trip up users. And we went on and talked about some more like process stuff.
Right. How do you identify when to branch, what sorts of branch strategies you want to utilize, and how to tag, as well as what hooks you might put into your SVN repository in order to better automate the process of committing or notifying people that changes have happened.
Great. SVN and version control in general are pretty hot topics. Do you find that there's still a lot of lack of understanding, a lot of difficulties around it?
Surprisingly, yes.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And in every team, even if it's in use, people tend to only use what they have already used. So it's really cool to be able to come and show a few people a few things and get questions, and people are really interested in expanding their knowledge. A lot more people are using source control now than when I first started speaking about it.
Absolutely. I was doing a best practices session going back 3 years or more, and it's interesting because I ask people to raise their hands if they're using version control usually at the beginning of these sessions, and the first few times it was 2 or 3 people, and now it's usually the majority of people are using some sort of version control.
And even those that aren't come to us and say, oh, we're not using version control, so I'm coming to your talk because I want to.
You said it's usually a majority?
Depends where you are.
It depends on where you are and what the target audience.
That's kind of disturbing. If there's one thing that people could walk away with from your presentation, could you each give an example of what you'd hope that would be?
Yeah.
For me, it's that none of the kind of scary stuff in Subversion is scary. I mean, in particular, I demoed conflicts and merging today because they're both things that really freak people out for no reason.
And related to that is good coding practices so that when you are creating your change sets, they are very logical and it's very clear what changed in this particular piece of code so that you can go back and say later, oh, this is what I fixed or this is the feature I added, and it's discreetly right here in this change set.
Excellent. So thank you, Lorna and Matthew. And we're signing off from PHP Tech 2009. Thank you.